This is my clinical experience at Turning Point Academy in Zebulon, Indiana High School. ID badge for my very first day, November 17th, 2015, and I was there from 9:30 to 2:30. Yes, a very long day, but fun. So the first thing I noticed, and I guess I didn't really expect it, was the high usage of computers. Every student had a laptop, and every student was doing their work on a laptop. There was a lot of applications and software that they used to get their work done. I don't think I was too much of a fan of it, and I guess that's because I saw what a lot of students were doing, which was like playing music, YouTube, everything but what they were supposed to do. We were in Mrs. Williamson's class, me and Jordan and Knox, and she was, I liked her. She was very, she communicated with the students really well, and she wasn't just kind of letting them do their thing. So I appreciated that about her. And she also played a video for them in the beginning. Principal Nefele, if I'm not mistaken. Principal Nefele, and he did very positive motivation first thing in the morning. And then she, as soon as she turned it off, she was like, "Yeah, you hear what he said?" She like double enforced it, and I think that was really cool. And she also let us talk to the students, and even Knox got a chance to tutor the students. So I thought that was great as well. Very interactive classroom. I really like that. This is my most memorable experience, and that is meeting him. He was a administrator, if you will. We met him while we were watching the students exchange classes, and a lot of the teachers are in the hallways making sure the students' uniforms are on correctly, making sure they're going straight to class, and that was really interesting to see. The reason why he was my most memorable experience is because he told us a story about how he was at the wrong place at the wrong time and ended up getting a charge that was for his friend. That was meant to be for his friend. And that's just being surrounded by the wrong crowd. And his friend's parents paid for his lawyer, helped him out, but he still was at the point where he did get charged and he had to go to probation. People knowing who he was a athlete, scholarship, full scholarship at his university. His probation officer said, I'm writing you off. You're free. You're free to go. Just, go to school, do what you're supposed to do. And that was an amazing story to hear. And it was also a story to know that in reality, sometimes that doesn't happen for everyone. And there are students in Turning Point who aren't bad students, who just happen to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. And that's kind of why he wanted to tell that story to us, to get us to understand that. And also he wanted to show, like, that's where I was then, look at me now. And that was a great revelation. This was my second day, December 3rd, where I went to finish up my 6 hours at Turning Point. I actually got to 7 hours, 9 to 11. Of course, I went with LC3, Jordan, and Knox. Teachers had every college and university that they attended, which was very, I appreciated it because I know in high school I used to love seeing what schools my teachers attended, and I would even go and ask them questions if I was interested in attending that school. So that's always a good thing. We went to a room, and we were in the middle school building. They had a lot of motivational posters up. Welcome, it had rules of the classroom, and it kind of had that upbeat environment for the students, even though it's alternative. I would say the most challenging experience to see was the teaching style of the middle school teachers classroom that we were in. But after hearing everyone's take of that classroom, I feel like we just maybe were there on a bad day, which is understandable. Everyone has bad days. It was very non-communicative. It wasn't that much talking between the teacher and the students were once again just on their laptops. But at the time they were really on their laptops, like web surfing the entire time. And the only time that I really noticed that she was speaking with the students was when she was disciplining the students. It wasn't really praise. It was always, you need to do this, you need to do that. What are you doing? You need to do this, you need to do that. You need to get out my room. So that was very interesting. Also, in this classroom, as well as one of the science classrooms that we visited, the students had more freedom with their language. It was a lot more vulgar and like the cussing and everything. Whereas the first teacher that we were sitting in, cussing was kind of cut that out, not going to happen in the classroom, and that was a dynamic to see. It was the opposite. My next 5 hours were spent at WND Vance High School. I was observing the classrooms of Mr. Watson and Mr. Christopher Baglio, which are two theater teachers at Vance. Okay, so this wasn't my first Title I school to visit while like a theater class, but I would say that this theater program, they have a lot of space, which was very exciting and unexpected. I went to Olympic High School before, and their space was very limited, so it was very nice to see that. I looked at the Drama 1, the Drama 2, and the Advanced Technical Theater classroom. And they also had a winter concert tonight, so they were preparing for that, doing lighting and whatnot. It was the last day of class, so it was a very chill, relaxed day besides the Drama 1 class. I would say that the classroom was very diverse. The students were heavily involved. They had students, working with the whiteboard. There were two teachers. One teacher's mainly tech, and one teacher's the acting section. So that was they were pretty growing program. And I learned from the teacher that this is a program that was recently, it was taken away from them and it was recently given back 2 years ago. The students don't really notice that. They're all juniors and seniors, so they were just like, really? It hasn't been there? I thought so. But, so that was really great. They were recently doing the piano lesson by August Wilson, so that's a very well-known play. And I like that the teacher that I was observing, really, Mr. Baglia, had a very comfortable environment with the students, and he communicated with them. He's a lot younger, so that probably has something to do with it. But they were very comfortable in his classroom. He had really no issues at all. An obstacle that the students and teachers battle is funding, and with that, keeping interest from the students. Doing that, they usually produce popular shows like a piano lesson, and they're doing Dream Girls in the spring, but they also have to do it based on the demographic that they do have at the school. Also, they have a Snapchat, which shows what they do in the theater department, which they hope to reach out to other students, and that's kind of getting social media in there. One of the issues with students is finding the time to rehearsal when a lot of students work and have to work to make means for their own, and having that motivation to come kind of back to school and have rehearsal time for shows. Mr. Watson has a board of opportunities where he has a lot of theater opportunities for the students to involve in, and that's great because it kind of shows them that there is like areas outside of the classroom where you can involve yourself. They also have a fundraiser where they do movie night. They charge for refreshments to gain money. That quote kind of leads to my memorable moment with Vance, and that is that the teachers have fundraisers and have things to fund money for shows. I think that that's awesome because it kind of it's like they're fighting for the students and fighting for to keep that interest with the students and to keep that program for them. One of the challenging experiences I can say that I've had was through my conversation with students, and they enjoy theater. They see it as an outlet, but we began talking outside of that and just them periods. And a lot of them were seniors and juniors. And, they were asking me about UNC Charlotte, of course, and I was asking them, what schools are you planning to go to and everything. And a lot of the students kind of they had that school that they really wanted to go to, but then they like, yeah, but I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably going to go here. I'm probably going to stay home. And that was really, for me, really painful to see that they had amazing, great GPAs to be in high school. They are perfectly fine. They just don't have that, I guess, that encouragement. Maybe it might not even be within school. It could be at home. But just not having that push and that encouragement to go to school and to get your degree and get your education, like I had when I was a teenager and I was in school, and that kind of showed me that certain things I shouldn't take for granted. This experience really opened my eyes to the very high need of encouragement and education in our urban communities and our urban students, and how some the students are really unheard and okay with being unheard because they're so used to being unheard. And it promoted me to fight even more for students in that situation and to build their encouragement to help them. Ways that I've been thinking about doing that is having a survey taken at Turning Point, revisiting Turning Point, and having surveys to students, asking them how would they feel about having maybe a drama club after school, or just having a program after school where it incorporates the arts and it gives them kind of an outlet. Also, with Dance High, I was talking with the teacher and helping them in fundraising for their spring production of the Dreamers. That's a very big musical, and they are in high need of funding, and they're looking for funding for that currently.